being with this group in training camp?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been very competitive. People are pushing each other, but it's really exciting that everybody has a really strong idea, concept of what's going on, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
I mean, you've been around the league for a while. Is that something that stands out? Because maybe in years past, you don't usually see that so early in training camp?
Yeah. Throughout my career, it's been rare. Maybe like in Milwaukee, but otherwise, it's rare to have such a strong concept of what they're going to do on that end of the floor.
Robin, obviously this is the time of year where everybody's happy, excited. But are the vibes, do they feel different here than some of the other places that you've been at, and if so, why?
I've mentioned it before. I think Cleveland, the Cavs' reputation from last season, it speaks volumes. Even from the opposing bench on the other side of the floor, you can really feel the aura of that locker room. So to be here and to witness it in training camp, it seems legitimate.
What kind of role do you expect to have?
Whatever I can do to help. Anytime I go to a team, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help my teammates, and especially a squad like this, who they were relatively successful last year. They were a good team last year until injuries came along. I don't want to rock the boat or anything. I just want to do whatever I can to help everybody.
Everybody keeps saying that you're great for the locker room, great behind the scenes. How do you approach that leadership style that you bring?
By not thinking too much, I guess. By not thinking at all.
That's a good way to do it.
Robin, what's it been like to play with Jared so far, and what stands out about this game?
So I've been fortunate enough to play against Jared since he came in the league, and he's really, obviously his defense speaks for itself, but he's gotten so good on the offensive end of the floor too, with his push shots, his left-handed hook. It's really a pleasure to see. I love to see him develop his game.
You got a pretty decent hook yourself, so is that something that...
It's not bad. It's not bad. I also, he was telling me earlier he was reading Dune earlier this summer, and then I guess he's a big Twilight Zone fan too. So you're talking about our favorite Twilight Zone episodes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you found anything to talk about with Evan yet?
Not. I haven't talked to Evan quite as much, but it's been part fun playing against him in scrimmages, and part just terror, because when he gets a full head of steam headed down the floor, he can either pull up for that that mid-range jump shot, or he attacks the rim like a bulldog. it's so difficult to guard.
He referred to you as a big jolly guy yesterday. Have you ever been referred to as a big jolly guy by any team?
I'm getting a little more corpulent than I was in my earlier years, so I think jolly might be the correct adjective. I'm not going to argue that.
How many times have you been to Cedar Point yet?
A couple times.
Yeah.
I made it out for a quick trip one day when I realized I had just enough time to make it out there before it closed. I got on Steel Vengeance, and then I made it out a couple weeks ago during a Halloween haunt, and I hit most of the coasters that I could go on.
Is it what you expected it to be, Cedar Point?
It was what it was built to be. I'm the California guy, so I'm not trying to rub anybody the wrong way. I enjoy Cedar Point, the Midwest coaster capital. I'm from Southern California. I love the Six Flags, the Magic Mountain coaster lineup. Tatsu, X2, those are two of my top three. So I really, don't get me wrong, the Cedar Point collection is incredible. I love Cedar Point. I enjoyed my time greatly there.
I mean this in the most complimentary way possible. Your hook shot is very, very unique.
It certainly is.
Is it one that you can teach other guys like Jared and Evan, or some of these other bigs that have come from behind you?
Like you said, it is really unorthodox. I taught it myself just sitting in the driveway. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
My apologies. I forgot about this wingspan I had. I taught it to myself sitting in the driveway and just throwing it off the corner of the glass. So it's really unusual. My brother and I went to a workout with Hakeem Olajuwon a few years back, and he was trying to get me to, obviously I know Hakeem. He's one of the greatest centers of all time. So he was trying to get me to, throw it. So I don't know if it'd be the preferred way for everybody. It works for me. I'm a weird guy. It's a weird shot.
Rolo is what everybody's calling you, but Jarvis was just the Captain Hook. Are you okay with that one? Or?
I'm okay with that moniker. I've had a few different nicknames throughout my career. I think my favorite, Goran Dragic called me Sponge Rob. I hadn't heard that before.
Any more questions?
Got to ask you the over/under on the amount of fights with Moondog and Sir CC this year.
That's an excellent question. I've never feuded publicly with the mascot of a team that I've currently been on.
Really?
So I don't know what the situation is right now. I haven't reached out to Moondog. I'm going to let him. I feel like this is his home. He should be welcoming me in his home. He should be rather hospitable. If that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. You know, I'm not gonna.
Make Sir CC the exception?
I thought you were telling me to go against Cersei.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
he's
So
trying
make
to
it
start-
the exception there. You know, first time with the home team mascot.
No comment.
What mascot do you have the most bad blood with right now?
Right now, that's an excellent question. The first one that always comes to mind is the Raptor in Toronto. He's just such an arrogant dinosaur. There's always some animosity with Benny the Bull. We were really close for 3 years. We had a relationship that blossomed and you know, kind of suddenly ended as these things are wont to. So,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Rob.